Welcome back to Punk Rock Radar, guys. In today's episode, we are talking about Discord members' top 10 albums of all time. We've got 4 top 10 lists to go through, and I'm joined today by Hudson Valley hardcore legend Lewis. Also, DyingScene.com's very own Dylan, aka Screeching Bottle Rocket, did it backwards, but it's okay. And of course, owner of the channel, the kingpin of Punk Rock Radar, Johnny Radar himself.
No.
Johnny Radar and the Radars. Johnny Radar, the Punk Rockers, the new band name.
I'm ready to rock Riverdale High with that name.
Are you ready to punk rock some radars today? But we're reacting to some Discord's top 10. We asked people on our Discord for their top 10 punk records of all time. Doesn't have to be all of all time. It can be anything. It could be your favorite pop punk records. It could be your favorite 90s records. It could be your favorite whatever you wanted to figure out. Today, everyone just kind of does their top 10 of all time, and I believe that's what we have today as well. So we are starting off with, I want to say Ramos, right?
Yep. Here we go.
Ramos's top 10, and all of these, I believe, are in an order. So let me go ahead and start with Ramos's number 10 and go down, and then we'll talk about it. We've got Sum 41, All Killer, No Filler, Descendants, Milo Goes to College, High Standard, Angry Fist, The Methadones, This Won't Hurt, Teenage Bottle Rocket, They Came from the Shadows, MXPX, Life in General, The Implants, From Chaos to Order, Lagwagon Haas, Screeching Weasel, My Brain Hurt, and the greatest punk album of all time, Strung Out, Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues. Dylan, what do you have to say about this top 10?
I was gonna say it's a very Fat Wreck centric top 10, but he's only got 4 that are on Fat, right?
Yeah.
High Standard, Bottle Rocket, Lagwagon, and Strung Out. This might be my favorite one yet. It's got, well, maybe it doesn't have Losing Streak, but Life in General, my favorite MXPX record, my favorite Lagwagon, my favorite Strung Out, my favorite Bottle Rocket. So, yeah, that's pretty fucking solid right there. And then we got Weasel again. Don't really care for the Methadones, honestly. I don't know why. I never got into the Methadones. The Implants record is pretty damn good. Second best, Sum 41. And the High Standard record's cool, and Milo is fine. I'm not like a big Milo Goes to College guy. I'll give it a 9. And my car album, if we're doing that again, album I'd listen to in the car on a road trip would be Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues.
It'll be a fun,
the best Fat Records release. Wait, no, that was Twisted.
It was Twisted, yeah. So, but Lewis, what do you think of Ramos's top 10 here? Pretty solid, or what do you think?
I think it's pretty solid. I never heard this Implants record, so I don't really have anything to say about that one. I guess I
think you'd like it, honestly.
Yeah. I have no idea. It doesn't even seem familiar to me, but I also do not really care for the Methadones. I prefer the Heroines. They're much better. But the rest of the records are overall really solid. We have a second of, behind the screen here, the previous episode we just recorded had the same Screeching Weasel record, so proven popular. It's a good one. Hoss is a classic. Not the biggest MXPX fan, but that is the best one, I think, as well. The Sum record is great. Milo is fine. It's my favorite Teenage Bottle Rocket, and I pretty close. I think it might be my favorite Strung Out. So I'm gonna not go as high as Dylan just because I'm unfamiliar with one of the records, and then I don't like 1 or 2 of them that much. So I'm gonna go like a 6.5, but I'm picking. I'm going. And maybe a 7. I'll do 7. You guys convinced me with the groans.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna go 7. I'm gonna go 7. Strung Out is gonna be my pick for the car as well. So
okay.
Holy schmolies, 7.
The Heroines, way more straight to the point. Methadones kind of beat around the bush too much.
Yeah. It's like 2 steps. 2 steps.
John, what do you think of Ramos's list? I feel like this is right up your alley as well.
This is a fantastic list. I love Suburban Teenage Wasteland. My Brain Hurts is pretty good. Haas is awesome. Implants are awesome. Life in General, great record. They Came from the Shadows is great. I do like the Methadones, so I'm good with I'm good with this pick. High Standard is probably the weakest one here. I think this record's fine, but it's not in the same class as everything else. Milo Goes to College. I'm not going to pretend to love it, but I like it. And we got All Killer, No Filler, which would be my car pick. I feel like this is a super fun road trip album. and everybody knows the words to at least half of it. So I'm gonna throw in All Killer, and I'm gonna give this a 8.9. 8.9. This is a badass list.
Can I ask a question before we get yours? The high standard cover, that's a joke, right? Like they're supposed to be funny, or that's being serious?
This is the fat version of it. The other one just has like a fist with it doesn't say punk on it. So I don't know. Yeah.
Thank God. All right, go on.
So I'm not sure if it's a joke or not, but this is the fat issues cover. I know that. I think it's a pretty solid list. Implants, I have not listened to this record in a while. They were always like that infamous band that was like opening up for NoFX and stuff like that, and really only had one album. It always was like an excellent melodic punk record though. Best MXPX, like top 3 Lagwagon, a great Screeching Weasel record. I like the Methadones record a lot too. It's Angry Fist. I know some people would definitely put this really high up there with the ones that are on here, and especially in our Discord. So, but I never really got into high standard. It's a pretty solid list. I think I'll go for a top 10. A few of these I would not have in my top 10 definitely, but I'll go like an 8. I'll go around that. And I think I'll do the same as John. If me and Ramos are on a road trip, we're putting in All Killer, No Filler. There's no other option. Come on, man. So. But let's go ahead and move on to the next top 10 here, which is going to be a Discord, one of our favorite people in the Discord, Murderholic's top 10 albums of all time. Well, they say personal top 10 records, but there is an order. I believe it goes like this. Is it up on the screen? Okay, perfect.
Come on, dude.
Okay, hold on. Sublime with Rome, yours truly. Left Alone, Checkers and Plaid, Cheerleader Roadkill, Golf Course Intercourse, Enemy U, Stories Never Told, All Mass Nerder, Lawrence Arms, Oh Calcutta, Descendants, Milo Goes to College, again, Jawbreaker, Dear You, Green Day, Kerplunk, and Sublime 40 Ounce to Freedom is their favorite record of all time. So
I messed up the order. I messed up the order.
The order doesn't matter. I'm just reading them in that order. So just all you got to know is that 40 Ounce is the best record. So what do you think, Lewis?
I'm the only Sublime defender on this panel, I think, and I do love 40 Ounce, but I don't know if I can forgive that Sublime with Rome. I mean, it's not like that bad of a record. I mean,
I hate that they're called Sublime with Rome, dude. Like, am I the only one that's like annoyed by that name?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
God.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was strange. Yeah, I saw them live. It was okay, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't have a chance otherwise unless I had a shovel and a flashlight. But so it's a pretty good. The first, 40 Ounce is great. So I like that one. I love O Calcutta. Like, I've already kind of shit on All on one of the episodes, but this is a good All record. It's pretty good. Milo is fine. Kerplunk, I like a little bit of the little bit more mature Green Day, although it's a solid record. And Enemy U is a nice pick, a random one, but a good band. I don't know though. And I hate Jawbreaker. Sorry. So I'm gonna. I think with the I'm just gonna go like a 6.5. I think
that's pretty good, honestly, all things considered.
Yeah, well, because I really like 40 Ounce
lower than the last one. So yeah.
Yeah, I like Lawrence Arms a lot and the Sublime, and I think that Enemy U record rules and Kerplunk's good. So at least I really like at least five of these records. So I'll give it a 7.5. So I'll be the high one this round. Now you guys can shit all over this, so that'll be good times.
Oh, I don't know. I'll go ahead and go next. I won't shit all over it. It's honestly not as bad as I was expecting for Murderholics. I was expecting way more like weird takes. It's like a bit more restrained than I expected. Like Kerplunk by Green Day, great record. That's totally fine to have on there. I don't care. It's like one of the better All records in my opinion. So, a Sublime with Rome, yeah, it's like a weird choice, but to me, it's just like listening back to it. It really is just kind of like a whatever white boy reggae, just kind of in that genre. Sounds like it could be in the Expendables or whatever. It's not bad. It's like fine. It could be fine driving music. I might put that one on. Now 40 Ounces right next to it. We're just picking that one. Enemy U is a good record. Left Alone, it's probably like the best Left Alone record if I'm being honest. Checkers and Plaid. That Cheerleader Roadkill record, I don't know. Murderholics is talking about this thing all year long, nonstop. There's some good songs on it. It's so I don't think it's up most of your guys' alley though. This is one of my favorite Jawbreaker records and a great Lawrence Arms record in Milo Goes to College. Honestly, I'd say pretty solid. I'd say like other than a few weird choices, like 7.5. I don't think it's that bad at all. Dylan. Oh yeah, and I would what would I put on? You know what? Let's put on Sublime with Rome. Let's just get some generic
I'm-
white boy reggae music in the background.
I'm doing 40 ounce, so I'm there with
That's
you.
fine. You already took. I'm assuming you took 40 out, so I'm like, all right, let's put on the next best thing, I guess. Here, Dylan, what are you doing here?
Green Day. I would probably go with 39 Smooth over Kerplunk. I think it's marginally better. The All record Mass Nerder is great. I'm tired of talking about Milo Goes to College, so I'm gonna abstain.
This is one of the most of like this record appears like the most that and like Bad Religion, Suffer, and MXPX Life in general. I feel like show up all the time on these. Sorry, continue.
It's the Ramones T-shirt of top 10 albums.
It is
a little
yeah.
bit.
Lawrence Arms, Oh Calcutta, great record. I'm not a big Jawbreaker guy, but this is probably one of my least favorite Jawbreaker records. Enemy U, good band. I feel like a little overhyped recently in our circles, like obviously not in the general popular opinion. Sublime with Rome, not even gonna entertain that. The other Sublime, not gonna entertain that either because they're a shitty band. Left Alone, this is not a good Left Alone record. And the Cheerleader Roadkill, that name reminds me of a video game on the Xbox 360 called
Lollipop Chainsaw. Yeah, that's what I was
Yes.
thinking. It's like literally the first thing that came to my
Yeah.
mind was Xbox 360 graphics.
I have that game, by the way. It's worth
Is
like
it-
fucking
is-
$60.
Yeah, get that shit minted and framed.
Get graded. I'll go with, man, that Sublime with Rome really drags it down. 6 for Murderholics. It could have been
Damn.
worse, honestly. You're right.
I'm saying it could have been worse. John, what do you think?
Yeah, that could be the theme of this. It could have been worse. But I really like Enemy U. I got it right here. I pulled it out once I saw it. This is a great CD. We Are the Ones, These Halls, East and West, my favorite Enemy U song, so full point there. Full point for Kerplunk. It's a great album. Definitely not my favorite Green Day. Milo Goes to College, obligatory one. I take Mass Nerder over Milo. I bet that's a hot take, but I'd take it there. Oh Calcutta is good. Jawbreaker. Save Your Generation is a great song. This is another hot take. This is probably my favorite Jawbreaker record, but I'm not a big fan, so it doesn't have much merit. Sublime with Rome, I never listened to it, never will. 40 Ounce of Freedom is pretty good. Left Alone, never listened to it. This one, they don't even have like a real album cover. They're like in a bouncy house standing on top of wrapping paper, it looks like. So I don't know how good
Honestly,
it could be.
the music video for their song Sewed Shut is this. So it's like they just took a picture of their music video and were like, that's good enough. Don't even put the name on there. I swear, these bands nowadays, these kids can't even
Yeah.
put a album name on their record.
So I'm gonna go. There's like 4 good albums here, so I'll go 4.5 out of 10, and I'm putting on Kerplunk. I'm gonna do Kerplunk out of these. Definitely my favorite
That's
of the
fair.
10.
I didn't
All right.
say what album. I would put on Mass Nerder.
That's fair. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one here, which is going to be Broken Head's top 10 favorite punk albums of all time. And I believe it's in this order. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and read it. We've got Blink-182 Dude Ranch. We've got Satanic Surfer's Hero of Our Time, Face to Face Big Choice, Panhead Circus Detailed Instructions for the Self-Involved, Angels in My Town by Belvedere, Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues by Strung Out, Right on Time by Fallen Sickness, Speed is Relative by Cigar, Destruction by Definition by Suicide Machines, another record that shows up on here like all the time, and Losing Streak Less Than Jake. I guess that one shows up a lot too. We need to kind of figure out what's the most pick records out of these top 10s. But John, go ahead and talk about this one first.
I feel like anybody in our Discord, if you showed them this list and you didn't even say whose it was, they'd know it was Broken Heads. Like
100%.
instantly. Yeah, I'll go through Pinhead Circus. I think they're a fine band. This didn't have numbers, so I didn't put them in the correct order, I think, but I think it's fine. Like, it's definitely listenable. Big Choice, I feel like, is kind of an overrated face-to-face record. I definitely think the self-titled is better. I think Don't Turn Away is better. Strung Out Suburban, great record. Cigar is awesome. Falling Sickness, I feel like I was the only person sticking up for it in the Scott draft. I like it. Suicide Machines, Destruction by Definition is awesome. Belvedere, Angels Live in My Town would not be my Belvedere pick, but it's pretty good and listenable. We got Losing Streak, which is one of the best ska records of all time. Satanic
Listenable.
Surfers,
I
Hero.
Sorry.
Yeah, Hero of Our Time. I like it. I like the latest Satanic Surfers the best. Back from Hell, I think it's called. And then we got Dude Ranch, which is awesome. So I'm gonna give this. I mean, I'd be happy in the car with any of these on. So I'm gonna go 8.4 out of 10. And for my first CD, I'm going to put in Pinhead Circus because I would want to hear Broken Head's commentary on what he likes about this so much, because I think it's a good, not great record. So let's put it in. Let's let him defend it.
Yeah, that's kind of the theme of this good, not great records for Broken Heads list here. But it's pretty decent. I mean, honestly, for Broken Head, I was expecting way more like oddball, obscure stuff. So, you know, Pinhead Circus, it's a good record. Falling Sickness, I did not like it. I'm not putting that in the car. Oh my gosh. Cigar, Speed is Relatives, awesome record. Strung Out, once again, Strung Out's another of the top 10 records that show up on these things. I like the Big Choice record. I haven't listened to it too much. I was never a big face-to-face fan when I was younger, but they're definitely like, I feel like I missed out, honestly, when I go back and listen to some of these. I'm like, every single one of these is pretty fucking good from the 90s. Destruction by Definition, good. I don't even think I would listen to Angels in My Town, but I can't imagine it's like top 10 material, I'll be real. Satanic Surfers, it's a decent skate punk record. The best ones are like Dude Ranch, Less Than Jake, Strung Out. You know what? We'll put on... I'll put on Pinhead Circus also. Let's listen to...
Yeah, right?
I think Broken Head's like a Wikipedia when it comes to fucking old skate punk bands, so definitely I could listen to his commentary. But Lewis, what do you think of Broken Head's top 10 here?
I'm not going to let him talk because I'm not putting that shit on. No, it's okay, Pinhead Circus, but it would not be the one that I put on.
We're sitting in silence now.
I'm just going to stare at you while you drive. But, like, I mean, you guys kind of call out all the good records here. The Falling Sickness kind of sucks, but the Cigar record's good. The Strung Out's obviously incredible. Big Choice, I agree with John on this one. It was always kind of like the one I never went back to. I always went back to Don't Turn Away and kind of skipped over this one, but it's a pretty good record. Belvedere, I got nothing to say on really. I like the kind of newer stuff. I guess I'm new to them, be honest, so not as familiar. Dude Ranch is obviously fine. Satanic Surfers, indifferent to, I guess here. Losing Streak, but obviously the standout for me, I think here is I don't know, Destruction by Definition, just because it's something different. We haven't seen it in the list in a minute, and we just had Suburban, so I'm gonna give this one a 7. Like, I think there's a lot of good variety. There's a lot of good bands, even ones that I'm not nuts about. I'll do like a 7.25, and we're gonna go fucking nuts here, and we're gonna turn on the Suicide Machines and have a good time. So,
oh yeah, I forgot to rate it. I'll go a 7 as well. So, but Dylan, what do you think of Broken Head's top 10 records here?
Losing Streak 10.
All right.
I'm a Big Choice defender. I like Big Choice.
You're pro-choice?
Once again, Suburban. Apparently, we picked the wrong Strung Out album to win the fat bracket.
And those people are picking this one, it seems like. It showed up 3 times so far.
Cigar, great fucking album. Falling Sickness. If I'm drunk enough, maybe, but in that scenario, I shouldn't be driving. Suicide Machines, Destruction, great record. Angels Live in My Town, certainly a top 5 Belvedere album. Satanic Surfers, pretty good Satanic Surfers record. Though I think they have better. And Dude Ranch, of course. Pinhead Circus, I do not have any comments on. I think he picked it as a album of the week a while ago, but
yeah, he
did not elicit a listen from me. I think I listened to like the first song and then I wasn't that interested. All right, rating.
Rate it.
It's got a Losing Streak. It's a 10.
It's a 10. And you're putting Losing Streak on?
I am most likely. I'll say a different album, but yeah, I'll probably end up listening to Losing Streak again. We'll go with. Cigar is the album for the road trip.
I want to be the fly on the wall for the road trip where Dylan's drunk as shit driving Broken Head and be like, fuck it, put on Falling Sickness.
Yeah, he'll be crashing into Lewis, listening to the what was it? War Profiteering.
War Profiteering.
Lewis from the alternate timeline.
Yeah, it's the other Lewis.
The other Lewis. Okay, John, you have one last top 10 for us, but it came from Instagram, not the Discord. So
Right.
you go ahead and set this one up and read it out because I know nothing about this one.
All right.
Instagram normies.
This is
Get
from
on the Discord, bitch.
this is from Eric. He's like one of Punk Rock Radar's oldest followers, so I made an exception here. So this is his top 10. We've got Green Day, American Idiot. This is in order. 88 Fingers Louie, Behind Bars. He's got a split here between Face to Face, Protection, and Ignorance is Bliss. We got Less Than Jake, Anthem, Real Big Fish, Why Do They Rock So Hard, Dead Milkmen, Beazle, Bubba, The Offspring, Americana, Strung Out, Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues, Lagwagon Blaze, and Blink 182 self-titled.
That's crazy. This is like the fourth time Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues this show.
I think we went 4 for 4 on this one.
For real, man. It has to be like the number one record at this point. That, and I feel like Milo Goes to College shows up all the time too.
Yeah.
I'll start us off here. American Idiot is like, I mean, that's like a, I don't know, that's like a top 10 records in like 2005, but not now for me. So it's a good record though. I'm not gonna like mock it or anything. Behind Bars is a great 88 Fingers Louie record. I don't know what the split thing is between Protection.
It's just this two recorts.
He just can't
they're
decide.
tied.
They're tied. I'll take Protection way over.
Way over. Way over.
So, Less Than Jake's Anthem is a great record. Honestly, that might be my road trip album. That album is so catchy. Like me and Eric will sing along every word of the entire record. Real Big Fish gets minus a point. The Dead Milkmen. I've never listened to this Dead Milkman record. I'll be real. I've listened to like The Big Lizard in My Backyard, which is fun, but I'd never even heard of this one. Offspring, Americana, fun. I don't know. It's got some good stuff here. Got some good stuff and some questionable stuff. Not too questionable, but just a few. I'll go like 7.5. This is pretty good. I like Untitled too by Blink. That'd be good. I'm putting Less Than Jake Anthem in the CD player. Lewis, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with your sentiments. I was thinking about the American Idiot record. I remember when it came out, everyone was like, I think it was like the greatest record ever, and then it just kind of just became like another record. But it's really good still, I think. The Dead Milkmen.
The 4 singles were played nonstop in every store for like 10 years. Sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
The Dead Milkmen. Every time I see them, I have to like question my sanity to remember whether or not they wrote Detachable Penis. Do you remember that song, John?
Yeah.
It's not them. That's King Missile, but in my head, it's the Dead Milkmen. Yeah.
It's Napster.
But, so whatever. Yeah, Napster did it to me. But yeah, Ignorance is Bliss sucks. It's a weird one to tie with Protection. I mean, like there's many face-to-face records that are way better than either of these. I would take Reactionary over both those records like any day of the week. Anthem obviously is fantastic. Plus 2 points for Why Do They Rock So Hard because it's the best Real Big Fish record. It's very good. The 88's good, although I like Year on the Streets better. Americana is a good record. I don't really like the singles that much, but the record itself is fine. And of course, Blaze Rules, self-titled Blink-182 is quite good. At least I like the first half.
You forgot about Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues.
I'm gonna skip it because we've talked about it enough. It's a great record.
What do you think of Strung Out Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues?
Well, it should have been the best record. It should have been the best record, apparently, according to everyone else here. Yeah, but
we need to redo the fat bracket.
It is my favorite, I think. So, I mean, I kind of agree with them. So it's good, but this is a solid. For the ones that I don't love, I mean, I'm going like 8 on this. This is pretty good. A lot of good variety, even with the stinkers picks for face to face. So everything else is mostly good. And the Dead Milkmen I'm less familiar with, so that would be kind of fun to hear something new again, I guess. So yeah, let's do it. 8.
If you haven't heard "Bitchin' Camaro" by the Dead Milkmen, definitely check that song out. It's a great time. But Dylan, what do you think?
The other day, I swear to God, I got a letter in the mail. It said, register with us or you're gonna go to jail. He'll be put inside a cage and forced to listen to Americana. Real Big Fish is this is a great album. Maybe the best Real Big Fish album. So I will not stand for the fucking slander of why do they rock so hard. It's great. 88. I agree with Lewis. I might go with Back on the Streets. Ignorance is Bliss. I tried to like this album. I thought it was overhated. Everyone's like anti-hyping it. I tried to listen to it. It's fucking garbage. I'm sorry. So the people are right on that notion. Blaze, good album. Americana is kind of mixed. It's you gotta Smash, Ixnay, and Americana, the holy trinity of Offspring albums, and I don't think Americana comes out on top there. The Blink album and the Green Day album are both good albums that were like a second wind for both bands, though Blink did not ride that second wave as well as they could have. Obviously, they crashed and burned.
Well, they broke up.
Literally,
Yeah, that's what I
literally. Travis
Yes.
survived, but yeah, that literally happened.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not what I was implying. But
Dylan's like, if I could turn back time.
Anthem on a similar note was also a good like I don't know that I would say comeback album, but you know, like a career revival a little bit for Less Than Jake. Yeah, I'm gonna give this no comment on Dead Milkman. I don't give a shit about the Dead Milkman. This is gonna get an 8.76, and the Car
Nice.
album.
Yes.
Why do they rock so hard? Great album, good times.
Oh, I didn't pick mine. I guess, I'm with Dylan. I'm doing that Real Big Fish record rules.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said Dead Milkman because you're curious.
Oh, I did lie. Yes, I did
Yeah.
say that. Okay,
You did
you're
say
wrong.
that.
I'm
Oh my
wrong.
God.
I forget.
What
I
a-
wanted to
what a
follow
goof.
what I.
What a goof on
Yeah,
Lewis's
well,
part. Edit
you
that
know-
part out.
you know,
That's
I-
embarrassing, dude.
No. We celebrate our mistakes here, but if I really was gonna pick, it would be the Real Big Fish. But we'll try the Dead Milkman. All right. All right.
Yeah,
Johnny.
you probably you regret. You would
Yeah.
regret picking Dead Milkman, I feel like.
You get like
Or we
halfway
can-
into the first song, eject it, and put in Real Big Fish.
Yeah, but and then we could listen to this Blink 182 and be like, oh man, they didn't use auto tune on every single song on every single second of this album. This is pretty cool.
Dude, did you hear the new part 2? Like literally there's a song where you can't tell the difference between Mark and Tom's vocals at all.
I can't tell the difference on part 1 either, but
It's probably some of them, yeah, it's really bad. It's crazy.
all right, Johnny Rockets over here. What do you got?
Johnny Radar, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good list. I still listen to American Idiot. It did get a little tired, but I still think it's
Yeah.
good. I still
Definitely.
like Holiday still rocks. 88 Fingers Louie, like you guys said, not my favorite, but it's listenable. I think Protection's pretty solid. It's got Bent Not Broken and Double Crossed. Ignorance is Bliss is trash. The only good song is the bonus track, Questions Still Remain. Anthem is on any given day my 1B or 1C Less Than Jake. I love it. Real Big Fish, I'm probably closer to Elliot than Dylan and Lewis, but it's got some good songs like I Want Your Girlfriend to Be My Girlfriend. There's a couple other good ones, but I don't love it. Dead Milkman, never listened to it, but I have heard that Camaro song. Offspring Americana, hot take alert. This is my favorite Offspring record. Strung Out, we already talked about. Lagwagon, my favorite Lagwagon record. Blink-182 self-titled is okay, product of the times. And My Car record is going to be Americana. It's got a lot of good driving songs like No Brakes.
fun.
And
Yeah.
Americana, the title track, is very, very good. And God, the kids aren't all right. I mean, lots of really good driving songs on this one. So I'm gonna go Americana. And this is getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 out of 10 from me.
There we go. All right. Discord albums ranked plus one special guest from the Instagram. We're done. We killed it. We are out of here. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Leave a comment down below. It really does help out the channel within the mysterious algorithm that is YouTube. Don't forget to go to punkrockraider.limitedrun.com. Link is down in the description. John sells records, t-shirts, all sorts of things. Supports the channel, supports small bands. And thank you guys for watching. And peace. Oh, go ahead, Lewis.
And if you made it to this part of the video, throw a comment down below with DADD, which stands for Dylan's Against Drunk Driving. That will let you know that you were here, and we will pin and like that comment. So
Yeah. He really needs to stop doing it and listening to Falling Sickness. It's a sickness in itself. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.